G'day and welcome back to Geek Aloud on YouTube. Today, part 2 of playing Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES console, or the NES version. Again, if you missed the first episode, we're playing it on the Nintendo Switch Online with the, I guess in essence, the virtual consoles that they've got available there. I know some of the purists are going to sit there and say that's not the way to play it. You've got to play it on the original hardware, but this is what we've got available to us. We're starting in World 2. One of the benefits, though, of it is if you ZL, ZR, jump into that, you can actually create suspend points. So, as you can see, I've created one there. And what will happen is if for some reason you get yourself into a pickle, you lose all your lives and you're near the end of the world, whatever it is, you just load up the suspend point. So it makes it touch easier, but as I said, I know that there is the purists out there that are going to say that's not the right way to play it. That's okay. It's the way we're going to play it today. Plus, trying to capture footage off an NES console is not exactly the easiest to do, so we'll just keep battling away with this. Oop. Ooh, that was terrible. Now I do recall, so growing up, I think I was about, well, when it launched in Australia, I was about 10 years old, and I was not a NES lad growing up. I had the competition. My parents bought me the Sega Master System, and that's what I played on. But I do recall one of my friends getting a copy of it. We ended up spending all weekend at his house, sitting there playing through it, and basically had one controller, so it was a matter of playing through until you lost a life, and then you'd hand off the controller, and you'd have another crack at it until you lost your life, and then so there you go. I'd drop down the hole there, and I'd be handing it over to the other person playing it. That was just sort of the way you had to do it back then, I suppose. There's no real other way of doing it if you were to try and do it together. Now, in terms of the controllers, the one benefit with this that I find over the original NES controllers, which to be fair were, square and quite boxy, so sometimes you sort of found that they weren't the best for long sort of play sessions. And using a D-pad to control it these days is, again, probably there'll be some that argue it's not the best way to play it, but I find it a little bit difficult playing these sorts of games with a D-pad now. So being able to use the stick on the controller to manoeuvre around, I just find it easy with modern gaming, and sort of jumping back and forth in between modern games and older games. It's just easy to try and keep as best as you can, and it's not always easy. Is trying to keep the control scheme you've got together fairly tight. So you can see there, as we're sort of moving along there, you might be able to see it on the screen, there's a bit of tearing on the right hand side, but I suppose that's the other thing, is you've got, if you're playing it on an old CRT, some will argue that that gives you the better picture quality, but unfortunately I don't have one in the house, so that was a bit silly. So if I was to try and hook it up to a modern, or an NES to a modern console, it's going to look pretty average, in all honesty. So this is probably the lesser of two evils, I guess. There we go, knocked him over. So while we're just waiting for this little section, I will tell you about the Gaming Enforcement Agency, GEA, which is on our YouTube channel here every Thursday, 8 PM Australian time. We, and by we I mean myself, Unky Dunky, and Troy will jump onto the podcast there and have a chat about the games we've been playing for the week. We'll have a chat about the news of the week. We've got the standoff where we come up with a topic each week and throw a number of games that fit that topic and pick a winner. Last week, because of the release of the PSVR 2, we threw out the best the best VR experience. Didn't have to be PlayStation related necessarily. That we did. So if you missed that, jump on the channel, have a look, see what our pick was. That's Thursdays 8 o'clock on YouTube on Geek Aloud. And if you do happen to miss the show itself, you can always either catch up on YouTube or on your podcast service of choice. We've now got that loaded up on your choice of server. Just search for Gaming Enforcement Agency and you'll be able to find that one. Again, so what we'll do, as I mentioned before, create a suspend point. Yep, we override it and then we can get back. So if for some reason we get through this level and or get up to this level I should say, and we lose all our lives, we can, instead of having to go back and repeat those ones that we've previously done, we just load the save point now. Again, I know what the purists are going to sit there and say, that's not the right way to play it, and that's okay. But for a time poor fellow like myself, we got job, kids, family, all those sort of responsibilities. You take whatever time savings you can get sometimes. So I will say as well, we're going to try and make this an ongoing section of the channel. So if there's any, oh look, I'm more than happy to keep bashing away and playing Mario 3. But if you have an interest in any other retro games, it doesn't have to be from the NES era. It can be from anything. I've got a relatively large collection in the game room there. So more than happy to indulge anyone if they've got a particular taste or a game that they would like to see. Just jump in the comments there and let me know. And if I got it, I will have a look at playing it. That's always one thing. When you're getting to the end of the levels here, you want to be basically running at full pace as you get into that section there, into that black section at the end of the level. That will assist you greatly in getting the stars, which gives you 5 lives every time you collect those. And again, almost forgot there, we do create the save point, there we go. That will, again, help us because we're down to 1 life as we get, and this is the easy way to do it, just load that one and you're back there with the life there. So again, I understand that's not the way some people envisage it should be played, but that is the way we are going to do it. I should have done one halfway through the level there. I really do need that the power up there to help me, I think. Get the mushroom or the Tanuki suit or the fireball. So this one you got to try and get your speed up before it gets you, I think. I'll just make it through the first time when I was doing it before. There we go, got through it. Yeah, remember that little turtle here? Got me last time. Oop, the sun almost got me that time. Spotted here and right at the end. Oh, jumped too early. And we missed getting the star, so just the one up there. The extra life. That will give us a chop out though, so where might go here. Again, it's almost like the old role-playing game mechanics. That one that you basically save before encounters, etc., etc. We will have a look at this because you can by pushing the B button select the power up, so that'll give you a bit of a helping hand if you find yourself sort of struggling. And I'll be interested to say if anyone wants to jump in the comments and let me know what their thought process is with whether you use the run button. I basically hold it down the whole time. Or whether in fact you just sort of use the jump button like that and just sort of move at your own pace, but I was finding just sometimes it's a bit easier. I knew there's a separate part up there, but I think the main bit you gotta get to is at the start of the level, so I've misplaced that, but it's the only drawback to trying to do that quick run through the through that black section to get the star is that quite often they'll drop a they'll try and drop an enemy in there that's going to catch you off guard. Too much time in there. Ugh, that was terrible. And I do need to get him because I've lost my tail. I need to How did that not break? Oh, now I've kicked myself. I just find it easy. You gotta, before you get your power ups, you always seem to take it a bit slower and a bit easier, but sometimes I find it's actually can end up costing you that you're trying to be too smart, too delicate, too slow with everything that you... Oh, I missed it again. When you are taking it slow and trying to do things... Oh, this is a terrible start of my day. I need my tail back. Where's old boy from here gone? I might have to get this one. After all that. Oh jeez, I'm really struggling with this now. For some reason it won't slide under there. There we go. That's better. It's becoming quite tiresome. This is killing me. Right, again, down to our last life, so we might just make sure. And we're only one level away from the castle there, so not that far away. I'll keep fluffing it up. Take that one more way. Don't fall down that hole this time. Oh, it's a bit rude. And you knew that was gonna happen. Going on here, I'm actually struggling with this somewhat. Here we go, we're at our tail back so we can sort of skip some of this mucking around. Oh. How on earth did that happen? It's really getting my goat now. And again, there is actually nothing to stop you, in fact, doing this halfway through a level, so I can stop having to go back and redo those whole sections again, which again, I get what the purists are going to say. Not really doing it properly, okay. Finally. Yeah, again, I will do it. Because hell's bells if I'm getting stuck on this level and have to go back to the start. Generally though, this is in general terms where you really want to save your power-ups for, because you got to battle your way through the ship here, then you've got to defeat the Koopling. Oop. We'll get that one there. Hopefully that will help us. I'm sure I've said in the first video, but these side-scrolling ones... Oh no. I really can't stand, to be honest. I would much prefer to do it at your own pace. I'll do it after this. So we don't have to go through all this nonsense again. And I didn't do it, did I? After all that. After all that. I'll do it there just to help our cause. Although again, I didn't like the power up, so I've got to try and battle our way to that halfway mark. And we've got here, so again, save ourselves a bit of time and heartache. bosses there, but just over top. Ugh. Glad I did now. The exact same thing. Now we'll try and beat old boy with one hit on the register. So there we go, bang. So after all the heartache of the rest of it, we managed to get up to the end boss and drop him in one go. So there we go. That is the end of World 2 with a bit of manipulation at the end of it. And of course, old Princess, not in this castle. So we're on to World 3 and the obligatory water world. If you like me, those and the ice ones are my most hated levels. They do look nice sometimes, but pain in the backside when you start swimming around in the water. But in any event, that'll do us for this retro replay of Mario Brothers 3. Make sure you check out the channel for the rest of the stuff we've got with more Let's Plays, Let's Installs, and we've also got, as I mentioned before, GEA, the Gaming Enforcement Agency. And what else can you do with the channel? You can like it, you can subscribe it, and you'll never miss it.
Oh, that was luck. Hey, that's something. Oh, look out!
We fired splash!
Old Uncle Donkey. Gee, Donkey.